Okay. My name is Kevin Sweeny. I am the program director of the MS in Global Supply Chain Management at RIT. This program is designed primarily to prepare students to use the tools to help solve problems of organizations, whether they be for-profit companies or nonprofits. It's primarily geared towards helping students build their intuition, how to go about solving problems in supply chain. You can be given all of the tools, from statistical analysis tools to data visualization tools to mapping tools. But if you don't have an intuition about the best way to use these tools to try to answer specific questions, then you really don't have a leg up on other people working in the field. That's really, I think, what is the biggest component of what we're trying to inject into the program now. Leveraging students' natural curiosity and intuition to help them understand how to try to solve these complicated global problems in supply chains. There's a lot of courses that are specifically geared around analytics. So we have global business analytics, we have supply chain analytics, but then we also have some classes that are also oriented towards helping you foster your intuition on how supply chain should operate, specifically the global sourcing and procurement class that we have at the graduate level. That class is almost entirely focused on looking at why international trade happens, why supply chains are set up in certain ways to take advantage of this international trade, and strategically what you can do with those supply chains to make that trade work better for your company or organization that you're working for. To that end, we also use some artificial intelligence tools. So the students will get some exposure to something that might be on the cutting edge of what people in supply chain now are actually using in their day-to-day business. You have to be comfortable with data. You don't need to be a professional mathematician by any stretch, but you do have to be comfortable with using data and looking at data to try to solve problems. You also have to be interested in interacting with other people. By its very nature, supply chain is what we call a boundary spanning activity, meaning that all of the things that most people do in supply chains necessarily involve other companies or organizations, whether they're governmental organizations for import-export regulations, or procuring raw materials from suppliers, which requires the supplier to get those raw materials for you and send them to you, or working with a customer to ship a finished product to them. You have to be willing to interact with people from other companies to try to solve problems that affect both of your organizations simultaneously. The students that have been traditionally the most successful in our program are the students that have been willing to leverage the resources that RIT has. We have very strong connections with the local business community through a local chapter of the ASCM professional organization, and tons of opportunities external and internal to the university that give students the ability to be exposed to these supply chain organizations, the way their companies work, their internal and external processes, that allows them to better develop their own ideas and intuition and creativity around the supply chain discipline. Any position in the analyst kind of role, like supply chain analyst, distribution analyst, logistics analyst, anything involved in managing inventories or transportation of products, both for private companies like Amazon or for nonprofit entities like ports or the Red Cross, like these relief aid organizations across the world. All of these companies and orgs use supply chain to solve their problems, and all of them have roles for people with specialties and emphasis in supply chain to help them do what they do better, more efficiently, to either help more of their customers or to help more people. There is a lot of uncertainty in global markets today. We had the pandemic, we've had an increase in tariffs and other retaliatory things by governments that have gotten in the way of global business. And companies really need people with the expertise and intuition to navigate these more complicated global scenarios that they find themselves in. These are problems that aren't going to go away and need to be managed over the lifetime of a company, and the students will have the tools to be able to do that graduating from our MS program in Global Supply Chain Management.